Here's what you need to keep in mind. You no longer have yesterday. You do not have tomorrow. You have only today. This is the day that the Lord has made. So live in it and rejoice. My name is Angel. This is Have Faith, Let It Begin. And this episode is called Today. Have faith, let it begin. Hello everyone, my name is Angel, and welcome to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. It is with great joy that I say to all of you that we start officially the holiday month. Thanksgiving is coming, and as you noticed on Mondays, which will be every Monday for the month of November, including after Thanksgiving, so every Monday, we are going to have a special series, a chapter called Thankful. I encourage each and every one of you to participate in our social media accounts, whether on Twitter, our YouTube channel, our like page on Facebook. Write in. Tell us what you're thankful for. Express to us how the word thankful and what the word thankful means to you. I will read each and every single comment, and I mean that. Every single response will be read on the air. If that means that we have to carry on until the month of December, so I make sure I get everybody's responses in, I will do it. I promise you that. Let's get started with today's episode. Today is something different, and I think it was pretty easy. I labeled it Today. And the reason why I did that is because we talk about so many different topics each and every day. A lot of us tend to forget that the day has yet to begin. When you listen to this episode, hopefully, it is on your way to work. Even if it's on your way home from work, it is still speaking about today. Every single day we go to work or come home, we encounter many different things. We will encounter rude people. We will encounter polite people. We will encounter situations. We will battle storms. We will try to overcome obstacles. Sometimes we'll get injured. Sometimes we get sick. Sometimes we get yelled at. Other times we get complimented. Maybe we win an award. Maybe you get written up. Maybe you get some good news. Maybe you get some bad news. All of these things can happen today. The one thing we have to remember is that each and every day is a new day. And each and every day is designed for you, for me, for everyone. Sure, we can't all share the same day, but we can do one thing that maybe everyone can participate in. And that is going into today with a positive attitude. Now, first thing you can think about is, well, how can I do that when I've been battling a storm? How can I do that when I just received bad news the minute I woke up? Or I went to bed crying because I've had a bad week or a bad night or a bad month, bad year. You know what? You're right. It's very, very difficult for me to tell you how to feel. I can't do that. I never have and I never will. I only give you my own personal testimony. Whenever I'm battling a storm, whenever I'm heading into work and I know that something potentially could happen, or I'm walking into something that I know for sure and for certainty it's going to be a bad day, I try my very best to put a positive spin on any and everything. And that's why I take 5 minutes out of my day to thank God, to thank anyone, to speak to someone. Sometimes I speak to my friend Brian in the morning. Sometimes I send a text message, or I speak to my wife and I tell her I love her. Any and every way I can find a positive spin to make my day begin on a happy note. If you don't have those opportunities and you have a pet, Sometimes I say goodbye to my pet dog, Cody, and wish him well, and ask him to secure the home, because he's in charge. What I'm trying to say is, too often we wake up in the morning, we turn on the news, we see and hear negative things. We read the paper, and usually the front page can indicate that something bad had happened. I try my best to filter out the negative and put in the positive. I want my day to begin on a positive note, even if I'm battling a storm. Even if I can take 5 minutes out of my commute, 15 minutes out of my commute, I do my very best to try and find the positivity in my life. I've told all of you this, and I'm not saying you have to do it, but it works for me. I praise God on the good days and on the bad. I thank Him for everything He's given me, and I put my trust in Him that He will help me battle the storms, that He will help me battle the obstacles. I put my trust and faith in Him. I put my trust and faith in my family, my friends. I put my trust and faith in my colleagues. Even now, as I'm commuting to work, and the rain is pouring, and you hear my windshield wipers back and forth, and you hear the noise of the car in the background, because my car is starting to get older and older, so the noise in the vehicle just makes it more and more difficult to record, but I find a positive spin. I thank God for the ability to have a car to commute to work. I just encourage each and every one of you, each and every morning, to try this method. I can't say it's always going to work. I can't guarantee you that you're going to like it. But it can't hurt to try it. Maybe nothing else has worked. Maybe you've never tried anything before like this. Go in with a positive attitude. Go in thinking, maybe this can turn my day around. And I leave you with that. And I wish you a better today. Have faith. Let it begin. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. Would like to remind you that tomorrow, November 9th, 2018, at 7 a.m., we will be back on the air live and streaming on our Have Faith, Let It Begin like page. We encourage each and every one of you to join us on Friday's episode, because we're going to continue on with what we should have started and finished last week before all the storms battled and came our way. That's right, the dating episode will continue, and it will be live as I go over some crazy dating scenarios that I went through back in my 20s. So get ready, just make sure you're ready for this one, because it's going to be pretty funny. We'll see you live tomorrow, 7 a.m. for the Have Faith, Let It Begin live edition. God bless.